Yeah, so the bottom right, the red turn player, it is ByuN.
Taking on the blue Zerg in the top left, DRG.
Oh, I find some fun things like I'm hosting tournaments with 4 pro players and 3 players without team here. DRG is also teamless here.
Yeah, DRG also part of the teamless crew. That's I feel like again it's just like that odd time of year to get a team, right? So I feel like everyone's gonna have a team again in a month or 2.
Yeah, I hope they can find team as.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. I mean, I think the Chinese team league's still doing well, so I'd be surprised if there wasn't more teams there once the seasons get announced, etc. Right?
Yeah, they were going to do this in next year too.
Yeah, I know for sure they're gonna do it. It's already confirmed, which is nice to know. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of time, as we say. So what do you think about DRG's ZVT?
I think he's the best matchup with ZBT right now. Like he's very well known as god of Mutaling Bane styles. So I think we are going to see some Mutaling Bane against the Bio.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very many actions, which is very interesting.
Yeah, no, it's I like DRG's playstyle because it makes fun games, right? I think Mutaling Bane has always been a very exciting, style to watch in TvZ. And then you add ByuN into the equation, and it just becomes even more exciting. So I think it should be fun. They've played a few fun games, ByuN and DRG, in like some of the weekly cups they've met in, and I actually feel like it's very, very back and forth. It's they both they trade matches a lot.
ByuN starting with the later openings, which is only ByuN plays it. Like,
yep. It's
but like many top players loves to play it later, but he doesn't like it.
Yes. Do you think the reactor opening's any good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good, but it's a bit risky, like because he didn't go for any scout, so he have no idea what his Zerg player doing.
Yeah.
He just do only his things.
So he would.
So a bit risky, but it's okay.
He would just die to roaches, right? Is the problem. Yeah. He is gonna swap over to some Hellion production. It's gonna be 1-1-1, which is even more interesting. I feel for such a fast reactor opening. So we'll see what ByuN does with this.
He's making Hellion schedule. ByuN normally plays the Hellbat push when he play like this, but recently he played like different Hellbat push. Like he just make one medivac with the 8 Marines, and he just trying to kill some Overlords near, and he goes for late Hellbats with benches. Yeah, he's making the medivac as I expected.
Okay, so
and he's stopping the SCBs, like.
Yes, so he's quite committed to getting some damage done early on. Really wants to get across the map and put some pressure in.
Hellbat.
The thing is, DRG isn't making any attempt to scout just yet, right? So his only Overlord is actually really far away as well. It's at the front of the natural. So he is not going to see the armor or anything. And it's very possible he misses the medivac flying across too. Maybe this one Zergling that's going to patrol. Okay, perfect. This one Zergling is going to somewhat save the day. We'll see the medevac.
I think ByuN plays a lot of time these build orders, so I think DRG is already know about it. He's keeping making queens here. He already make 4 queens here, and he's make spines. Okay, he's doing the nice response here.
Okay, well, armory's about to be done. We'll see what ByuN can maybe make happen. Is a few queens at the front, a lot of lings on the way. He's actually going to lose an Overlord though, DRG, so he'll not be able to build anything else, but maybe he's still already got an okay amount of stuff as well. That spine crawler is still on the way.
And DRG sent the 4 lings to him.
Yeah, a little counterattack. Counterattacks are so good in this as he is going to lose the spine crawler, and the lings run in very quickly. Oh my god, the lings just kind of melted there. They dove in really quickly, and now queens are already dying as well. Okay, the medevac kill is nice. 2 more Hellions showing up from the other side, but how many? He's losing all the queens.
Oh yeah, he's losing our queens, and he doesn't have any response against the benches or the Raiders here.
Yeah, this is a little bit rough. The Hellbats on the front goes down, but there's still so many Marines alive. That's kind of the problem. The Marines can add that extra bit of damage to the queens. Good transfusion. So minimizes damage in the end. But yeah, Obviously still not pretty. As ByuN, I feel like maybe could have started the Banshee a little bit sooner. Maybe a bit preoccupied in the fight. So that's...
Yeah, he was focusing on the fight, I guess.
Yeah, DRG maybe catches a little bit of a break there at least.
But I feel like DRG gonna have some trouble against Halberd benches. He's still making Hellions, which is he's going for again. But he doesn't have any banlingness or like spine. So it's gonna be very tough for DRG, I guess.
Yeah, Hellions show up, but Queen takes some damage, and we do just see the lair on the way in from DRG in the main base. Spellcrawler gonna move down to the front. I like this, obviously. Nice to be able to detect the Banshee if it goes between the bases. So sets that up nicely. And ByuN just building up those extra racks, getting ready for the mid game with his Banshee harass already coming across the map. Just one Banshee.
Oh, Hellion is trying to Lumbai.
Yeah, attempts up at the top side, but well defended by DRG. I mean, ByuN just trying to poke, some openings, right? As the Banshee will not do much, no cloaks, so he has to turn away. Yeah, just good continued defense from DRG after holding on initially, just not letting ByuN do any extra damage at all, which is very important, I think.
And ByuN is starting to the the Bakel armor upgrade very early than I expected. He just almost started with same timing with the 2 eBay, which is very interesting.
Yeah, very early.
Very early, yeah. And his Dongnegu is making Spire here.
So he's gonna have Dongnegu gonna have very late Evo chambers and upgrades, right? So he's gonna be very behind on that, really relying on the Mutalisks to do well. I always feel like this style is very scary against ByuN, who just likes to be aggressive and is good at being aggressive. So those first 2 medevacs popping out and, this push across the map, especially when he's got so many Hellions, it's scary, because if the Hellions soak up the Banes, the Marines will just shred through the Mutas after.
And ByuN now have 2 medevacs in his natural, so I think he's about to go with some 6 Helbets here. Yep.
No, for sure. There's not really... The only reason he'd want to delay is maybe he waits for like 1-1 to get a little bit closer, right? But I'd be very surprised if he wasn't going across the map. I mean, this is 60 Marines now, exactly, so he could lift and take everything if he wants to. But he's actually pulling Hellions back, and looks like he's going to play a little bit more passive.
He's afraid of the ring Rumbais. And he's making Widow Mines, which is very, very, very like ByuN style, ByuN things. He never makes tanks, actually. And now he's going forward to kill some creeps and get some something here.
Yeah, just leaving the Hellions back at home so you can deal with the Rumbais, like you said. Just being very, very safe, very cautious play, not risking it all.
And there's 2 Widow Mines, and DRG lose a lot of queens in the beginning of the game, which means he doesn't have good cruise press, so these pushes is going to be very hard for him.
Yeah, already this left-hand side, right? Like, no creep in front of anything, and first Widow Mine is going to go down, but the second Widow Mine is going to get a big connection.
Here.
Wow.
23 kills, Wardy.
That's amazing. 23. I didn't even know Widow Mine could kill like 23 Lings/Banes at once. That's actually incredible. The Mutas do absolutely nothing as well, so they get pushed back easily. And ByuN, I mean, ByuN could actually just go. He's bringing the Hellions across now, and if he reinforces, he might still hit before 1-1 is done. And if you take a fight before 1-1, and DRG, he's making Mutas and not more Banelings, so I'm a little bit worried for him.
Yeah, me too. Then ByuN is switching Hellions to the Hellbat, and his conventional upgrade is done, and his 1-1 is done. So this timing is going to be very, very tough for DRG right now.
No, oh yeah, for sure. Mutas around the left side. The Ling Bane going to come down the ramp, and just going to be seeing this little bit of army just going to start picking away at the Roxy on this left side. So Rox will continue to drop. I mean, maybe 1-1 gets finished, but even still, this army's just 33 plus army supply ahead. Like, it's yeah. And Widow Mine's going to burrow. No creep spread. Drone's already dying to a Banshee in the main base. And yeah, ByuN is very far forward as Baneling's finished, but
he lose a lot of creeps for free. This is really nice for ByuN.
Yep, I mean,
and the Bane's trying to get some connects, but ByuN's spread is amazing.
Yep, and he even has the Hellbats in front, still tanking a bunch of the damage as well, right? And ByuN will just pull back and play safe.
DRG must clean up this army before ByuN's 2-2 upgrade is done.
Yeah, if 2-2 finishes, then it becomes such an inefficient trade
and
off
he's
creep.
fighting now. Yeah, this is good decision by DRG now.
Yep. Wouldn't mind kind of being handled at least, but I mean it's just off creep.
Reinforcement.
You just can't really fight this off creep, right? Like that's the issue.
And I think DRG must fight for the Thor is coming because Thor is he's too stun. I think this is gonna be a good fight for ByuN, I guess.
Yeah, the Widowmine's at least not doing well initially. The second Widowmine does a bit better. Yeah, the Thor shows up, so the meters have to back away. Banes, maybe? Through the speedy zone, but okay. There's a few Marines still left, and those meters are kind of low, though. And it's 2-2 on the Marines. The meters are going to
And he loses too much meters here. He just have 8 left here.
Yeah.
8 or 9, yeah. And ByuN can still pushing forward here.
Widowmine goes off
he
as well on
loses
the
2
meters.
more meters here.
I know. It's just too much damage, right? You're losing all the meters every time, and I mean, DRG defensively really is just getting less and less Banelings, and the Widowmines are still moving forward. Doesn't actually burrow the Widowmines here, but he also has drilling close, so the Widowmines burrow really quickly now. And yeah, the meters are still going down in numbers, just a couple more dropping to a missile turret or so. ByuN is also dropping in the top right-hand side of the map.
And DRG uses a lot of veins to the murders, and which is never die against Banelings now.
Yeah, ByuN is going to get rid of the rest of these Zerglings. The Queens continue to drop. He kills the hatchery in the top right as well, so he gets rid of the 5th base with a single medevac of Marines. And obviously, as reinforcements come across the map, DRG is slowly just bleeding out of this game.
And DRG even not started with the +2 carapace upgrade. It's very huge.
Yeah. This is
and
yeah, looking pretty pretty scary, right? As you keep on pushing. I mean, DRG trying to get up to Hive and everything. I appreciate his commitment to trying to get there, but that's some brave plays for sure. I don't know what the chances are as Ling run by though. I mean, that's the sort of way you get back into a game if ByuN doesn't handle it properly.
I think this is gonna be the last fight here.
Yeah, there's really not that much left. I mean, a few Marauders still displaying at the front. Marines getting a little bit ahead of themselves. But yeah. Widowmine's gonna start going off on meters.
Yeah.
And now there's no Banelings. Okay, sorry. There's 3 Banelings and a couple more on the right side, but even if all these Banelings hit really well, it's gonna be... Yeah.
Boom.
That will do it. GG.
Amazing game.
ByuN just a little bit too good off the start and too good on the follow.
I think so.
Yeah, that's cool. It kind of makes sense, Deathor, I think, when you get, you look at the videos. I think it comes down to, it just makes sense when you get 3 videos on each side that you get here. As you start in the top left-hand side, teammate of ByuN, it is Jinioh, the Red Terran.
The bottom right, the blue Zerg player, it is DRGLing. So the gas burst opening by Jinioh, which ByuN does in the last game. I think Jinioh is going to play cheesy things this time because DRGLing is much favor. He's more better than Jinioh because he was in GSL Golden Save. So Jinioh is tried. I think Jinioh needs to try to something special, something aggressive.
Okay. Let's see what he brings out. Oh yeah, he was very aggressive against Gemini as well, right? So he really just came across the map quickly, hit with the Hellions, the Marines, and then obviously an aggressive push after that as well.
Yeah.
These two have actually played one time before in the past. It was in a GSL qualifier. And
one.
Yeah, and
Just one time, and
DRG
I'm not sure what he does after it. Maybe go to army or something.
Yeah.
And he sends a SCV scout, and he's making leapers.
Yes. So already a Reaper on the way, something that we haven't seen from ByuN at all today.
Yeah.
Worth mentioning. Yeah, Reaper, very standard setup, right? SCV scout, make sure it's hatchery first. Very standard.
He's not player. In my thinking, he's not player like this. Play seems like a very standard thing. Only plays like standard stuffs. It's very surprising for me.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he has something cheesy planned off 2 bases, like
maybe.
Next step.
Yeah.
I mean, that's second guess, so it's definitely not 3 command centers at least.
Not CDCC builders, sure.
So yeah, maybe some aggression still planned. As you do see the Reaper checks, sees the third hatchery, and is just going to move to the front and try and put some damage onto Lings and drones.
And he's gonna making starport here.
Yeah, just 1-1-1. Very much so what we kind of expect is DRGLing will get the creep tumor up as well. It's one of the big things you can look for with that Reaper, of course. Especially on a map like Death Ore where it's kind of flat ground into the natural. So you can really make a play for the creep tumor sometimes. But well defended by DRGLing doesn't give Jinioh the option.
And he's keep to making Hellions, and he's adding one more Marines. Is he going for what is he going supposed to do?
He's
I'm
gonna
not
build
sure.
an armory, right?
Viking, okay.
Maybe the fact he's still making Marines kind of feels
And
like
he's stopping SCBs here.
Yeah, I kind
He's
of
stopping maybe Hellbats.
Yeah, I think so too. Like he's keeping on building Marines. I think it's just the 420 Hellbat timing. But with a Viking into Medivac. But he has plenty of gas, so you can afford that. So you get the Viking, clean out Ovies, and then the Viking can land and join the fight as well as Lings getting through. I mean, he's gonna know about the Viking anyway.
He's making Medivac, yeah.
So yeah, no, this is just gonna be Hellbats, and the
Hellbat, yeah.
Yeah, the one thing maybe that DRGLing picks up on here is the fact there's no SCVs in the natural, right? Or there's less SCVs than usual, maybe. So maybe you can pick up on that. He is going to start a Baneland nest early, so he is looking to be defensive.
Smart choice. Far from the DRGLing here.
Yeah.
But when you play the Bane defense, like if you just drop the 4 Hellions in the Zerg's main base, and if you hit the main with the other 4-1, it's gonna be very tough. Even you have Banelings.
Yeah, because there's only enough Banelings to really be in one place, right? So you can maybe defend the front with Banelings, but you can't really do much in the main base with Banelings.
But DRGLing started lair, which means he doesn't have
the gas.
Yes, he's making 10 more drones here.
Oh no!
And he's not enough. He doesn't have enough gases to make this.
Yeah. Well,
he's going for it.
Yeah, I mean Jinioh just attacking. I mean, yeah, 4 Banelings. I feel like in this scenario, actually attacking at the front and just going fully on at the front is actually going to work quite well because there's just no units. These queens are going to have to micro really well, but the first one already goes down. Needs to split against the Banes. Okay, the Banelings do...
Oh, nice connection by Baneling, I feel.
Yeah, the Banelings do well, for sure.
And
the
he
queens,
gets Medivac.
Yeah, they get the Medivac too. But there's still just so many Hellbats. The Marines and the Vikings still here as well. One more Baneling. And now some Lings on the way. There's 2 more Hellions show up, so they're going to morph into Hellbats as well. This is going to be a defense. Wow. Well done by DRGLing.
Yeah, really, really, really well done.
That was intense. Alright, well. Ling's going to escape up to the top. And as you see, just a couple of racks coming through in the main base. Ling's going to go in for the Hellion, and this is really tough for Jinioh because he's obviously cut SCVs to do this, and so now as Liberator gets a couple of kills, he's just a few more.
He didn't make spores in the third base.
That's a bit of a shame. But it's actually really annoying, right? Because now this Liberator sits around forever. Gun sieges, so it's still around to go again. And actually the Lings kind of derped out in the front. They attacked the wall for longer than they needed to, so a lot of Lings just went down. DRGLing has a lot of money. He's like got 1,500 minerals.
He's floating a lot of minerals. I think he should start it with the 4 Sech and the 2 Evo, because he have too much minerals now.
Yeah, no, I mean, why not, right? May as well just get a hatchery down. If you're floating that much money, there's the double Evo at least, so that's going to get started. Yeah, 4th hatch as well, so it's on the way. I'm just obviously could have been done sooner even.
But he's still having thousands of minerals.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, imagine he's able to spend all this. I guess that's just because he pulled all the queens to defend the front and obviously missed injects for a long time. So it's...
Yeah, I think so.
It is a reaction, or it's a consequence of the initial Hellbat attack.
But he already make enough drones here, like 67. Now he's ready to making a lot of units here.
Yep. Couple Widow Lions.
And Jinioh landed the third base. And Jinioh's second factory is really fast. I think he's going for something stuff like we don't mind drop things.
Yeah, just drilling claws very early. And he has the armory already, right? Earlier than you usually would, so...
Yeah.
He's kind of doing the exact same thing ByuN did. +1 vehicle plating, you know? Widow Mine play in general. He's going to start to load up a Widow Mine drop. So, they don't have drilling claws yet, obviously, but they do have the invisibility if there's no detection. But typically there's spores, so that doesn't make much difference for Zerg. And the muters are on the way, so he's going to have to be careful. I do feel like, obviously, just because... I mean, it feels like it's been good for DRGLing all this time, but then... Because he's not spending all the money, the army supplies are, like, surprisingly close. And then with an upgrade lead, maybe Jinioh can make things happen. He does fly across creep here, so now the muters should be able to get over here to defend this Widow Mine drop. Let's see. There's Lung Bane here as well. He's gonna...
but he didn't... he didn't make upgrade yet.
Yeah, exactly. If these have drilling claws, they actually probably do a lot of damage there, but... Doesn't have that yet. Oh! Okay.
Well, two base. Yeah, two with my work is fine, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty good at the end.
Yeah.
That didn't start well.
He didn't manage to work anyone with the mines, but it worked.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Works out then, as you do have Marines and a couple of Hellions just setting up at the front. I mean, so here come the muters, but there's already turrets up in mineral lines, so the muters should be... Well, let's see how well he deflects them, because they can still pick away at, you know, bits and pieces on the edge. It's a fairly new mule that goes down. So that's a nice pick off. And he lost a meter already.
And Jinioh was ready for the max forces here. He made quite early because he just had 3 factory and 3 barrels and 2 factory, and he's making 4 CC, which is very fast. And now he's making the 4th and 5th Rexes here.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of extra Rex. So he's like now ready to go. So he's really gonna start pumping the bio. It's just all after a 4th base, right? So it's kind of later than usual. I mean, his economy is gonna be really good as long as he doesn't die off just from not having enough units. But yeah, his little Marine squad on the left side looking a little bit scary. Stems forward and we'll thin out some group spread.
Oh, DRGLing is trying to surround this army. I think Jinioh is going to lose in this our army here.
Yeah, because the
he shouldn't take it.
Wow. The medevacs are too late to load up.
Yeah.
Needed to load up and get out of there as soon as he saw the surround coming in. That was not a scenario he should have stuck around in.
Now DRGLing started the hive and to operate. So it seems like he's far ahead now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the one good thing Jinioh has, he has a really good work account, right? He's on like 90 SCVs.
80, yeah.
Yeah.
I never seen Terran have like 90 SCVs here.
Yeah, honestly, it's just the speed of his 4th base. Like, I feel like he put the 4th base down so quickly, you know, compared to where the game was going. Like, maybe that's a regular 4th base if you open like 3 CC or whatever, but like, after like a Hellbat attack, that felt so quick compared to like the Rock's timing. So he has a ton. I mean, he just has not stopped building SCVs, so a lot of SCVs showing up, and honestly, DRGLing might just be able to attack in. Now, he is down in upgrades, so...
let's go for it.
Yeah, he needs to be a little bit careful of upgrades, but honestly, the amount of stuff might not matter, but the Widow Mine... What?
Oh my god.
Oh.
What was it?
That was just Widow Mines, right? Like...
And he had the upgrade advantage, that's why he can fight well like this.
Oh, those Widow Mines, though, like... That was actually crazy.
Yeah,
the one that
crazy.
Hit on the bottom side, honestly, it nearly saved the planetary because it nearly got rid of all the Banes that blew it up.
And he's still having a lot of SCVs here.
Yeah, he lost 10, but when you have 94 workers, that still leaves you with over 80.
It's healthy lose for him, I feel.
Yeah.
And he's switching it to army.
Well, I mean, do you see the meter's going to get a reactor on the starport, which is nice. I mean, obviously the meter's just going to be able to put a good amount of harassment down, so going to keep Jinioh pinned back and actually supply blocking Jinioh for the moment. As we see, obviously just DRGLing a wall of spines and an ultra cavern. I think Jinioh's problem is it's just going to be so difficult to really fight into the Zerg and really to deny any of these bases at any stage.
DRGLing is making a lot of upgrades now. I think Jinioh should go now because before the ultras, Oh, but DRGLing is trying to push him first.
Yeah, he's gonna move forward. I mean,
Bailey's are rolling.
yeah, I mean, it's obviously all off creep, so in a way this should be decent, but there's just so much surge.
There's not many Widow Mines.
Yeah, well, somehow the Widow Mines that are there do fantastic. The Widow Mines today have been great, but these last few Marines are just not going to cut it, and they're going to get taken down. And now maybe DRGLing. There's a lot of units from Jinioh that are actually still in the still on the upper left-hand side, and that means that yeah, there's a lot of Marines still on this upper left-hand side, so there's not really a way to kind of go for another attack straight away. But maybe as he remaxes, maybe he can go again. The thing is, I mean, he could just get into ultras now and go with those. Maybe one more fight, then rebuild on ultras.
But for some reason he didn't switch to ultras yet. He just keep making Mutaling Bay here.
Yeah, he needs to. I mean, the ultras are only going to help him out a little bit further, so should really make that switch at some point. As he's got these spines even further forward now. Needs to be careful about this. I think he's trying to set off the Widow Mines, but it's cost him a ton of units to finally get there. Okay, nice with the meters as well to clean up the Widow Mines too. DRGLing is going to get up to the high ground, and this is the problem. This bio army is so heavily stimmed. You know, there's no medevacs with energy, so every time he stims the Marines, it really hurts. Well, those beans did okay to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did pretty great. Now,
which means there's nothing against Bailings. Bailings are free to hit our Marines.
Yep, there's just no splash damage, right? And you kind of need some splash damages. Yeah. He's gonna roll into this planetary or kind of go halfway. Oh, a little bit dodgy from DRGLing. Maybe he should have pulled back with the. He shouldn't have pulled back. Should have just let everything go, or the Banes go. By pulling back and then re-engaging, the Marines get some extra damage. Yeah, loses a few more meters.
Finally, he has some ultras here.
Yeah, the ultras are going to be the big game changer, right? Because now you can run up to the top side, and you can you should just be able to kill that top right 5th base.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this should be a pretty...
And I really love the creep spread of DRGLing. He has creeps everywhere.
Yeah.
Which means he is able to fight everywhere.
That's just one of the advantages he holds from earlier in the game, right? Because just having the control early just really meant that that Jinioh couldn't do anything about it. That Widow... These Widow Mines,
the
man.
Baneling Lumbai.
Yeah, the Banes actually still connect, but the Widow Mine actually cleaned up like 8 or 9 Banelings, so... It was still somewhat impressive for the Terran.
I think Jinioh should not go here because there is spies for...
Yeah.
And there's too good for... This fight is too good for 3rd player.
Yeah, I mean, there's just also the fact that he can't even... You know, he gets surrounded, so the Ultras are just, like, up on top of his army. He still has, like, no medevac energy, so these bio units are constantly, like, low HP. At least the meter count's gone down a bit, but the reinforcing vein, I think, should be enough to perhaps start being the nail in the coffin here. As we're going to see our Ultras running through, and...
There's so many SCVs there. Oh, the Bailey is still all of SCVs here. Now he's only staying on 50 workers here.
Yeah, this is going to be Plandry going down. Ultras are going to make their way down this bomb site as well. Meters kind of fly overhead. Banelin's connected. I mean, okay. Yeah, this is the final blow. GG, well played. And we're going to get ourselves another Archon map. This is going.
Oh my god, I was checking the ByuN and Jinioh in Discord, but they are not even using just Discord. I think
maybe they have their own little call. Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, bottom right hand side, the red Terran Archon. We'll see how much Jinioh does in this. It is ByuN and Jinioh.
The top left with the Zerg player, DRGLing and DRGLing.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna watch a lot of the. I'm gonna check on Jinioh's camera a few times and see if he ends up doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Please check.
I'll update you like in 5 minutes to see if his camera's moved off the main base.
Oh, they they are starting the 3C first? Oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, so this is something which also I feel like only really ByuN does. Actually, did Mara do this yesterday against you?
Yeah, he did it against me, yeah.
Yeah. What was the follow-up? I can't remember.
2-1-1, 2-1-1 after.
Ah, yeah, 2-on-1, and then you have like a whole bunch of Marines, right?
Yeah, and it's way more greedier than the Reaper openings or others.
Yeah.
It's so greedy, and so they can make more early tank timings actually, and with more Marines.
Yeah, that's the thing. It really boosts the Marine count early, right? It's very powerful in that regard as that goes down, and we get this started up. Jinioh is still AFK in the main base as far as I can tell, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm watching his camera right now. I'm gonna see if it moves.
Yeah, he's making 2 racks, which I expected.
Oh. Hey, Jinioh's camera moved to the front. He's like, what are you building?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's just checking what he's making.
Yeah, I think he's just hockey. He's just like camera swapping between barracks and command center at the moment.
And ByuN is making Reaper here.
Yeah, no, it's obviously, it is interesting though to see how they'll approach it. I think there is still some usage you can maybe get out of this as Jinioh. Maybe like, he could even be on like supply depot watch, right, to raise the wall or something in case of trouble. It's definitely some cool possibilities.
So they both played very. A jerk player plays tender, and turn player goes for some tricky. And now he's making Marines here. And DRG send the one. I think this is DRG. He's sending 1 links to check out.
Yep.
Like he don't want to make the same mistake that he did against ByuN in the game 1.
Yep.
Now he check everything here.
Just to make sure he knows what's up. And as you see the couple Marines going and hunting that Zergling down. Ling is gonna get chased up to the top side in the end. That hatch going through, Stimpack on the way. Yeah, everything just kind of very normal right now, right? In terms of like, you know, past the point of it being the CC first build, we kind of know what this build is going to be, and this is really just going to come around to the 2 medevacs and getting aggressive then.
Yeah. So ByuN is trying to ready for the 2 medevac here. And I like to watch the DRG team started link speed very late. I like it because ByuN is never gonna make like Sleeper or Hellions here, so I really love to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead.
And he's swapping to the starport to the later.
Yeah, we're gonna get a couple of medevacs out, right? So again, everything just gonna line up as we expect. Single Evo, so looking for that early carapace upgrade. Very common response.
And ByuN is making the tackle lab here, which means he's going for the tanks.
So definitely looking to be active initially and then obviously follow up aggressively too. I do think being active early on this map is nice, right? Because if you can stop the Zerg cleaning up the rocks, you can obviously really utilize those in your tank pushes later in the game. So that's a big part of this perhaps. And as we see these Marines loading up, we're going to go across the map and ByuN is going to go and put some pressure on ByuN Jinioh. So this is why I expect ByuN to be kind of micro, and maybe Jinioh. Jinioh is moving his camera around still. He's looking around, so I think he's adding some stuff on. I think he's in charge of some bits and pieces.
And the weapon upgrade and the carapace upgrade timing is exactly same. So upgrade is not mean that huge now.
Yep. No difference between the two of them is this unload is probably going to come forward and just look for a bit of creep spread. So we'll get a couple of tumors already and just slow down that creep a little bit. Open up this space where maybe they can get some damage done. He's actually going to go for a drop towards the main.
Oh, this is really nice position for the dropping.
Yeah, and he's even going to go behind this mineral line. That's really nice because now these Lings can't fight this well at all. Oh, this is a really tough position to fight because even the Queens can't get forward far enough to really fight the medevacs. And now going to drop him into the main base where there's a Queen of creeps, so that's easy pickings as well. Yeah, really.
This is really sick micro buy from these Terran players.
Yeah. Gonna do great. Now just gonna step back against the Lings and get a
my God,
fantastic
what is this
trade.
micro?
Oh my
ByuN
god.
is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, no. It's actually ridiculous. 5 drones go down. In the end, lifts up the medevac. One of them low, but none of them dead. And of course, behind this, you've just got even more pressure coming your way as the Zergs, because the Terrans have got Marines, they've got tanks. Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty disgustingly good start for the Terrans.
Yeah. And there's 3 medivac now. This is a timing when he has 3 tanks and with 30 Marines here.
Yep. Just this is gonna be like really difficult to defend. I mean, there's a couple of Banes on the way, so they're gonna have about 10 Banelings, but I mean, this kind of surround from 2 angles. I mean, I feel like that's almost necessary, and I like that they're cleaning out the minerals, mining those out in between the bases. But now that the Terrans see this, they might actually just push from this high ground, because then they can actually just move toward the third in that direction. That might make their life a bit easier. They're unsieged right now, as the Marines are going to have to stem back.
Safari was out of steams. Oh my god, but he didn't make sandwich, so this was better trade for ByuN.
Yeah, I mean, that was terrifying for a moment or two for the Terrans, though, right? Like, it was definitely seemed like it was going to be a little bit more problematic than it was. Now the target fire on the Banelings. Oh, okay. I mean, now the tank's going to get lifted up and saved as well. Could maybe even save this one. Actually going to begin unloading off creep. I mean, you actually have the tank to support, so that works out. And, well, the Terrans have... Oh, well, the Terrans are making a mistake. There's actually a group of units at home which have not reinforced.
Yeah.
Because they were stuck behind depots.
I love to watch in the Archon mode, which has... Even while they are fighting, they will get a very good creep spread because it's 2 players playing. So DRG teams have got a really nice creep spread already.
No, it's really cool. Like as well.
Oh, what happened?
Internet.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Jinioh? It's Jinioh. Interesting. Oh, he's back.
He's back.
But ByuN's like, we don't need to pause.
What is he doing actually?
Uh-oh. I'm surprised nobody paused yet.
Game
there we
paused.
Go. Alright, so we get a little pause. I'll get this sorted out. Just as the Zergs were looking for a counterattack that's been walled off, and the Terrans get into that tank. And
Who's the host?
I guess I think whoever hosts the lobby. There we go. Cool. So, just as the Lings were counterattacking and getting shut down, we have the Terran push in the center. So, we have a lot of tanks here, but maybe the Lings can come in from the other side and make something happen with this. So that's something to watch out for, but they kind of arrive a bit too soon there. Now, Team ByuN should know about it.
I think they're trying to sandwiches here because there are Lings behind and there's a lot of Queens and Banes in the front. He's the spreading armies, which is trying to surround here. On the creep, and it's still on the creep here. So he needs to fight before the creep spread is gone.
Yep. Absolutely, as we're just going to be seeing these Queens going to be taking some damage. The Lings start running in the Banes, though. And the Banes are going to be...
Really?
Oh, well... Okay.
There's a lot of tanks here.
I actually thought the Banelings were going to go down before they got to anything, but they did catch up toward the end. Yeah, good job. Now Marines stim it. Yeah, they're going to get 2 Queens. That's a good start. Lifts up, backs away. And Groove spines. So they're going into Hydras behind this. So the Zergs survive, I think, is the big news here, because it definitely seemed like this could have been, with the way the game started especially, this could have been a bigger issue, as now some Marines will pull back to deal with the incoming Zerglings. So they're going to deal with that and push it back quite nicely.
You already make a creep tumor in the downside.
Wow,
already.
yeah, that's
yeah, this is really sick.
Yeah, I mean, all the focus has been on the top side from the Terrans, right? So it's an opportunity. Now we've got a push in the center and also a push on the top side, and actually going to find the Hydra Dens. It's something you really got to respond to. You don't want to lose
Can
that.
Get a high oh.
Okay, but now you can drop in the main base.
He's dropping the ramp in here in the main base. This is very annoying for the Zerg players.
Yeah, it's just not a nice position. The Queen gets pushed away before it gets the medevac. The Banelings will not target fight in time, but a lift up and an unload will deal with that now. And the Queen does go down in the end. And now they're cleaning out the creep on that bottom side as well, by the way. So getting rid of the one position that was maybe a little bit problematic for the Terrans. Just going to clean out some of that creep. And even just leaving tanks in the center. These rocks are still alive. Just haven't been able to clean that up at all. As the Zerg's going to make an attack in, but the Terrans are already backing away.
And ByuN is killing a lot of creeps here. This is really nice.
There's a bunch of burrowed banelings, by the way. I didn't realize they had burrow, so that's really exciting. Maybe that could be their way back in, you know, catch up a bit on army supply. Just a couple burrowed banelings can do that for you, so let's see, because the Terrans are quite ahead on army supply, but they're going to path right over the banelings. Oh! It's going to be dead center on the Marines. Oh my god.
Fucking god.
Yeah.
There's two more.
Yeah. They can...
Oh.
And now you've got to scan basically everywhere that you want to move. And that's going to slow the Terrans down. No, no, again. No, they missed it. Oh, no.
Oh my god, who is controlling it?
I know, right? Like, you got two Zergs. Neither of them found the baneling connection. All right, well, at least they know the Terran army is up on the top side.
The Zerg players are trying to big run by here. There's a lot of links and banes here. Can you get the SCVs here? No.
Yeah, SCVs pull away, but the reinforcements of the Terrans are being caught, so Terran players need to get some work done, and they are going to get tanks sieged up on the right. We'll see if that's going to be enough. Somehow only 6 SCVs dead right now.
The medivacs everywhere here. Look at this, Wardy. There's medivacs everywhere.
Drops in every single location. Here we go. These tanks need to do big damage against these banelings, and honestly, they start off pretty well. They need a few more shots. They get them. Wow. Is there enough Marines on this top side? Not quite.
And the borrow links in the natural Terran player base, they're like 15 links in the borrowing now.
Okay, well, this got really crazy really quickly. I'm surprised how few SCVs were lost. Honestly, like, they lost like 6 SCVs or something with so much Zerg in the third and the natural. I thought that was going to be way worse, but very well handled. And now these lings going to get cleaned up as they try to unburrow. They'll just try and force one more scan, of course, and just eat up a little bit more Terran economy. Wow. And the
Zerg player doesn't have a hive yet. This is really huge because Zerg player needs some stuff like lurkers, lurkers or vipers against tanks and murders. Now it's ByuN is gonna add some murders here. It's very good, which is very good.
Yes.
So I think Zerg player need a invasion fifth ASAP right now, I guess.
Yep, it's on the way, and as the Hydra Den finishes, we can go into the Lurker Den 2. Something run by once again here is the Marines come back very quickly to deal with it. And the 4th base does get up over on that right-hand side. Okay, so we do get a 4 base for the Terran. I mean, the Zerg obviously lost their 5th base, so with only 4 bases, obviously the Terrans do still look good. Like, I feel like the Terrans have been leading all the time, but the Zergs are doing some really good stuff to stay in the game.
Yeah, and there's 2 more borrow base at the front. But the Zerg player still has a very good creep threat because he's Archon mode, so I think his army will be very good at fighting in the creeps here.
Things to get in once again on that bottom side is... Man, I mean, the thing is, the Terrans, I guess, are going to push soonish, but Lurkers, I mean, Lurkers don't have their upgrades yet, so they're not great, but we are getting to the point in the game where the Terrans will have to start to think about a transition themselves to properly deal with the Lurkers, you know, later in the game. You know, you really can't fight Lurkers with just Marine tank forever. At some point, you're going to start needing Ghosts, so we'll see if it gets to that stage at all.
But Lurkers without any upgrades is it's like almost like garbage, so he needs to finish up hype and he needs to get an upgrade of Lurkers ASAP.
Oh, Banelings here again.
Oh!
They actually,
again.
Yeah, they actually cleaned out those Banelings before, but they got reset, so that's nice. I mean, DRG and DRGLing doing a good job of just keeping their harassing Banelings up and around the map. I like it.
Okay, so Zerg player now finally gets a hive soon.
Yeah.
This is nice.
But there's the transition of the Terrans as well, right? The Ghost Academy coming down, so we do have both teams kind of making the right, you know, taking the game in the right direction, I guess, for the latest stages now.
And there's binding number in the bottom side.
Yeah, gonna show up, and I like that. Just a couple burrowed banes, especially because maybe
they're
they don't
using
look
burrow
that.
super well in this game.
Yeah, no, they're really good with it, right? And it's very difficult. I mean, even just forcing scans like this is really nice. I mean, you're gonna force a few different scans. Those banelings, it's hard to track where all of those burrowed banelings are as well. So, oh no, they're all going. All the SCVs are coming back to the no. Okay, well, oh no!
All the lurkers! Oh! Did the bailing happen, right?
Yeah, the 19 SCVs went down the bottom side. Sorry, lurkers are fighting up here as well at the same time.
The Zerberg is able to push it? Oh, the bane is...
That's an interesting jump forward, I feel, because if the lurkers already had adaptive talons, I'd be behind that. But I feel like without adaptive talons, that was a brave move, but kind of worked out, pushes the Terran back. The Zergs are going to remax here, 200 supply to 160 of our Terrans, and it feels like maybe DRG and DRGLing are getting a little bit more control of this game now.
Yeah. Now Terran's 3-3 rate, which is wild Zerg doesn't have 3-3 yet. But look at this creep party. He's creeping everywhere.
Yeah.
I literally love to see it on the world.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's like the Archon advantage.
Yeah, Archon advantages are there.
Alright,
The creeps are amazing.
top side full medevacs. I mean, there's already Ling Bane in the main base. I'm not sure how much full medevacs will do here. Maybe they can find somewhere out down on the low ground, but there's another Ling Bane run by on the bottom. Now the Terrans move to deal with this very quickly, so they will get there and quick clean up.
And Zerg finally gets a 2-pipe here, which is really, really good against tank army. And I think the lurkers get all upgrades, right? He gets all upgrades, I think.
Yeah, there's
These lurkers Viper combination is very good against this army of ByuN.
yeah, all the lurkers up right now. I'm just gonna quickly disconnect and rejoin Discord, just because you're a bit robot.
Okay.
One sec, guys. I'll just try and reconnect you. Hello? Oh, okay. So is also reconnecting his Discord too. Sorry. So there's Ling Bane lurking out down on the bottom side. A lot of SCVs going down. Hello?
Hello?
Hey. Oh yeah, you sound better now.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Now it's okay.
Yeah.
Now
yeah,
my Discord is fine.
yeah, it was going a bit. Was it going a bit weird for you too?
During we are out of the game, there's some harassment, I guess, in the bottom side.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of an attack in, so the Zergs got in, did a bit of damage, and able to clean up a little bit as our bio army moves to the top. I'm just going to be seeing, well, Lurker's going to try and run down here. The bio going to stand and fight, going to try and split, but there's a lot of Banes, and the Lurker's obviously doing a lot.
And there's lurkers in the bottom side too, Wardy.
Yeah, Lurker's just everywhere. I think there's just a little bit too much Zerg around the map right now, and the Terrans obviously going to be stopped from mining. They're only on 28 SCVs. ByuN's going to type it out. Yep, GG's. DRG and DRGLing are going to pick up a series win.
They are secure the third